Can you guess what 5 states have the highest property tax?
Man. Probably Texas.
Texas is actually on the list. Yeah, top 5. It's actually number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas is number 5.
California.
California is actually not on the list.
Really?
Yeah, not in the top 5.
So I guess it's going to be more towards the East Coast.
Well, you're getting close.
How about like, is it one of the little bitty states?
I'm not going to tell you the answer.
Well, there's so many states.
All you got to do is think of 4 more.
How about Connecticut?
Connecticut's actually on the list. Yeah, Connecticut's number 4.
Well,
yeah, congratulations. You got one right.
That's a small little state. So
yeah.
I'm going to go with another small little state with New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Did you see my list?
No.
No, New Hampshire's actually on the list. Yeah, number 3.
New York.
New York is not on the list. No.
Well,
you would think they would be.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems really expensive to live in New York, but maybe the property taxes aren't too bad. I don't know.
Well,
never lived there.
Let's stick around there, same area, and go with New Jersey.
New Jersey is actually number 1. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want to pay the most property taxes anywhere in the U.S., just, move to Jersey.
So I need one more.
You need one more, yeah. You're missing number 2.
You got to give me some type of hint.
All right. All right, I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter I.
Idaho.
Not Idaho.
Illinois.
Illinois is it, yeah. Yeah. So Illinois, you got New Jersey, Illinois, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Texas. That rounds out the top 5 states in the United States with the highest property taxes.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just probably not going to live there. There
you go. Just stay in Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's not too expensive here.
Not at all.
No. Guess the top 5 states with the cheapest overall cost of living.
Okay.
So if you were to retire and you had like the same amount of money coming in every month, no matter where you lived, what states could you live in where you get the most bang for your buck? That's basically the question. What's the top 5 states with the cheapest cost of living?
How about Mississippi?
Mississippi's actually number 1.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw in good old Arkansas.
Arkansas is not on the list.
What?
Arkansas is not on this list.
Well, then let's go with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma is actually number 2. Are you going for a sweep? Oh, you got number 1 and number 2.
Alabama.
Alabama is actually on the list. It comes in at number 5. Yeah. So sweep's calling your name, man.
How about I'm going to stay in the kind of Midwest. If Arkansas is not on the list, then how about Missouri?
Missouri's actually number 4. Yeah, you're sweeping, bro. Come on, man. You only got 1 left. Who's it going to be?
Trying to think. How about Nebraska?
Nebraska is not on the list.
Well,
so much for the clean sweep.
Yeah.
You're close, though.
Well,
you're close.
Oh, well then, you got to be Kansas.
Kansas is number 3. Yeah. Good job, man.
Yeah.
5 out of 6. That's not too bad.
They're all kind of grouped somewhat together.
So if you want to know where you can get the most bang for your buck for your retirement dollars, move to one of those 5 states.
Why not?
Yeah, your money will just go further.
It'll go forever.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it'll go a while. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Can you guess the top 5 lumber producing states? So what states produce the most lumber?
Washington.
Washington's actually on the list. It's number 2. Yeah.
Oregon.
Oregon is number 1. Are you going for another sweep?
Yeah. Well, I just, when I see shows about those states, they're pretty much always just...
Yeah. Lots of logging going on
Doing
in
logging.
Washington and Oregon for sure. Yeah.
Alaska?
Alaska is not on the list.
Surprising.
Yeah.
California.
California is not on the list.
Okay, so I got to get away from that part of the United States.
Alaska and California are in the top 10. They're just
But
not in the
not
top
top.
5. Yeah.
Um,
I'll give you a hint. Southern.
Mississippi.
Mississippi is not on the list.
Goodness,
Yeah,
they got a lot of trees.
they do. But so does Arkansas and so does Georgia.
Okay,
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Arkansas is number 5.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do see a lot of
Yeah. I mean, there's logging trucks everywhere.
Every
here.
day.
Yeah, everywhere here in Arkansas. So
that's true.
a lot of lumber industry and paper mills.
Yeah,
You know.
there's a bunch of those for
Yeah.
sure. Well, let's keep it down south and go with Georgia.
Georgia's number 4. Yeah,
Yeah, I know they produce a lot of cotton too,
yeah.
but
So you're only missing number 3.
let's go with the beautiful state of Tennessee.
Tennessee is not on the list, although they do have a lot of trees. Yeah.
How about Missouri?
Missouri is not on the list.
Okay,
No.
I might need some.
You're
help
going to
with
have
the
to go
last one.
down a little bit. You're going to have to go down further south.
Louisiana.
No, but you're close. You're real close. Louisiana, you're real close.
All right, then Texas.
No, other way.
Oh, then I thought I said Mississippi.
Oh, you're missing it. You're missing it. I'll give you a hint. I can't say it. I was going to say Roll Tide, but my mouth just won't
No.
let me say that.
Fair enough. Oh, Alabama.
Alabama's number 3 on the list.
Yep,
Yeah.
that makes sense. They
So
a
you
lot
got
of trees.
Washington, Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, and Arkansas.
Okay.
Top 5 leading timber producers in the United States.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. Not a clean sweep, but you got the answers eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. Guess the top 5 most expensive Ivy League colleges per tuition to attend.
Oh well, man. there's gonna be probably some that I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, me
Um,
too. I mean,
okay.
I know them because I know the answer, but I never would have guessed.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna throw out Stanford.
Stanford's not on the list.
Really?
No.
Well, wow.
You're going to have to get way bigger than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yale.
Yale's on the list. Yale's actually number 5. They're like 78,000 per semester, somewhere in there. So yeah, super expensive to go to Yale.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But there's 4 more that are more expensive than that.
Right.
Harvard.
Harvard is not on the list. Top 10, but not top 5.
Wow.
Which you would think that they would definitely be in the top 5. Just because everything you've ever heard your whole entire life, you know, it's like the most expensive school to go to and stuff. But evidently it's not.
That's pretty crazy.
One of the hardest ones to get into, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cornell.
Cornell University is not on there. They're in the top 10, but they're not in the top 5.
How about a college I've heard of, Ivy League, Brown University?
Brown University is actually number 1. They come in at $80,000 per semester.
That's
insane money.
That's wild.
Could you imagine paying that kind of money for your kid to go to college?
Well, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's no way.
Better get a scholarship.
I'd never have that kind of money.
No.
Right.
Um,
But yeah, they're number 1.
yeah, I guess, how about, what's another one? How about Dartmouth?
Dartmouth. Are you just throwing stuff out there? Because that's actually on the list.
Well,
Yeah,
you
it's like number 3.
I never would have thought that
Yeah.
it would cost more to go there than it did, like, Stanford.
Yeah, or Harvard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they come in around 79,000 per semester. Yeah, it's insane.
I think I may be all out of Ivy League colleges.
Yeah.
In my brain.
I was out of Ivy League colleges my whole entire life. Like, would you rather go alligator hunting with Troy from Swamp People down in the Louisiana Bayou, or would you rather go python hunting with the same exact Troy down in the Florida Everglades?
I'd rather go gator hunting with Troy in his home waters.
Yeah, Louisiana Bayou, catching them gators.
Yeah, because unequivocally, I mean, if there's a subject matter expert on that specific event, it's Troy. I think he's been hunting alligators longer,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
he's probably a little more knowledgeable
yeah,
about that. And, it seems like he was trying to be as safe as possible when I used to watch that show,
yeah.
as far as doing something incredibly unsafe. You know what I mean?
Shoot them.
Yeah, like if I were to like put my hand or foot somewhere
Yeah,
in the danger zone, he could be like, "Hey,
yeah. Get back.
get back,
Get back.
You know?
Get out of the way.
Yeah,
Let
because
me handle this.
he knows how that
Yeah,
animal's gonna react and
Yeah.
this, that, and the other thing. So
yeah.
he's just been doing it longer. So I'm going gator hunting with him
You're going gator hunting all day.
all day, and
You don't want nothing to do with them pythons.
I'm good on that.
Man, and they hunt them at night.
Yeah,
And, oh, my God. Seeing a great, big, huge python in the middle of the Florida Everglades, friggin' no thanks.
no thanks.
Yeah, I'm good. No
Same.
no snakes for me. Yeah. Would you rather fall into an animal enclosure that's a ticked... Would you rather fall into an animal enclosure with a great big huge ticked off rhino, or fall into an animal enclosure with a great big huge ticked off hippo? What do you think you would stand the best chance of, like, bobbing and weaving and working your way around and getting away from it?
Well, the rhino doesn't see that good, but I think it still knows that you're there.
Oh yeah, it has to. Yeah, it's good to know. I mean, it's not gonna want you in there.
No. I guess I mean, is it land or is there water in there?
Well, the hippo's got some water in it. They're like half land, half
Yeah.
hippo. They're swimming around kind of in the thing, and you fall in, and next thing you know, you find yourself in a hippo enclosure,
Well,
and you don't know how to get out.
yeah, well, I mean, people weren't designed to just be in the water.
Right.
We've adapted somewhat, but, we belong on the ground.
Yeah.
And so if that's a scenario where the hippo's got a little water in there and I stand the chance of falling into that first,
Yeah.
probably going to take my chances with the rhino.
Yeah.
At least I can run and duck and do a barrel roll or something.
Yeah. Jump on its back and it can't get you. You can kind of get behind it and sort of
Or just be real still, like
Maybe
a
just-
T-Rex.
you
right?
just won't know you're there.
Yeah, yeah. Like
If
going.
I stay still long enough, somebody will come and rescue
Yeah,
me.
I seen Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
so
Stay still.
yeah, just be still. Maybe
Yeah.
you might live.
Yeah.
So I choose rhino
Yeah, that's probably who I choose to. I'm going rhino all day, every day.
all day.
Animal enclosure, falling in scenario, I'm definitely going with freaking rhino.
T-Rex, rhino, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. I don't want nothing to do with no hippo.
No.
No. How many chimpanzees would it take to bring down biggest of the big, full-grown alpha male Kodiak brown bear?
Oh man.
Let's say you got Kodiak Island, right? Big, huge, dominant Kodiak brown bear sitting on the bank right there. And then here comes a float plane just landing perfectly, kind of shuttling up there to the beach. And all of a sudden, just chimps just start rolling out of that plane. How many chimps? Now, they're going to have to gang up on the
Sure.
Kodiak. I mean, they're not going to be able to do it one at a time.
No.
But how many chimpanzees, let's just say, full grown, great big huge chimps ready to fight, ripping your face off chimps.
Sounds like a movie to me.
Yeah. These are nasty, come to brawl chimpanzees. We're fighting the Kodiak brown bear today. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
How many is it going to take before those chimpanzees just overtake that Kodiak and Kodiak's rolled over on the ground and the Kodiak brown bear's like, I'm done?
30.
Yeah, 30. You might be right.
I am.
I mean, Kodiak brown bears get to launch probably 15 of them out into the ocean.
I mean, it's one hit done type of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, when you compare the size of the chimp, even a big chimp, it's nothing compared to the Kodiak brown bear.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he's gonna be breaking them in half, you know.
Yep.
But you think 30 could do it? Ganging up.
Same time.
How many of those chimps out of the 30 do you think he's just gonna absolutely destroy?
29.
He's destroyed 29 out of the 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With his last bit of energy he's got left.
Yeah.
There goes 29. Okay, and he dies of a heart attack.
He's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
The 30th chimp's like, I'm the winner.
Yes.
Could you imagine being the 30th chimp? How good of a feeling. You'd be like standing on top of the Kodiak brown bear and you'd be like,
Yeah. Write the script now. Chimpanzee Island.
Chimpanzees take over Kodiak Island. Yeah. Kodiak brown bears don't even know what to do. They're like invaders.
Yeah. They don't
the
care.
chimp invaders.
Yeah. They don't care.
The chimps don't care.
No, the Kodiak doesn't care.
Kodiak brown bears don't care. No.
29 down.
They'll just destroy all of them.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going with you. I think 30 is a good number. I like 30.
It's a good round number.
It's a good round number. Congratulations to the 30th one. That's all I can say.
Good job, buddy.
Taking down that big, huge bear all by yourself.
You did it.
What animal enclosure would you rather fall into at a zoo? The chimpanzee or the lion?
The lion.
Yeah. I mean, it's a completely different scenario.
Yeah.
You know, lion could be like, oh, there's a person in here.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to do much
Yeah.
because maybe they're going to like give me a steak or something.
Yeah. I'm taking a nap or something.
I'm taking a nap. And I see these people all the time. It's not that big a deal. I'm not trying to eat a person right now. But it could go the opposite way for the chimp.
Yeah. They're going to want to investigate.
And they might get ticked off and rip your face off.
Or your arms. Or
You don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, I guess you could get your face ripped off by either creature.
Sure.
But if you had to pick one, if you're like, I've got to fall into one animal enclosure, and you had to pick one, which one are you going to pick?
The lion.
The lion for sure?
Yeah, and because if he decides he wants to get me, he's going to bite me, and then I'm going to be done.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dispatched fairly quickly.
Yeah.
The chimpanzee is going to take a while.
And it's probably going to be more than one ganging up on you, too.
It's horrific.
They're probably going to like bite your fingers and your toes off, your nose off and stuff before they even rip your face off. And then once you're laying there with your face ripped off, like that's no fun for anybody.
No.
So you're picking lion all day, every day.
100%.
You think you could worm your way out of a lion enclosure or until somebody can come rescue you, maybe, possibly?
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know. I hope we never know.
I don't do dumb stuff like that, man. I've seen a guy jump into an animal enclosure one time.
What kind of animal was it?
It was a wombat.
That doesn't sound too scary.
Well, it came after him, and
For real?
jumping in is not the hard part. It's like getting out. It's way taller on the other side. So, yeah. He had trouble.
He had trouble getting out, and the wombat was coming after him. Yeah.
It's probably just gonna like give him a hug or something. I don't know, but he wanted out of there real bad.
Yeah.
So
That was really dumb.
real dumb.
Yeah. So he didn't accidentally fall in.
No.
He literally went in there.
No. That was like 20 years ago in Australia at a zoo.
Yeah.
We're all dumb kids, but
That's a funny story. So falling in the animal enclosure is definitely something that happens.
yeah.
Or purposely jumping in one.
Unfortunately, normally it's on purpose. Yeah.
No thanks.
No thanks.
I'm good. I'll just take pictures.
Yeah, I'm good up here.
Yeah.
Behind the barrier where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. So you got lion all day?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too.
All day.
Me too. All right. How many bobcats do you think it would take to bring down a full-size alpha male mountain lion? Biggest of the big mountain lion. big scary mountain lion? How many bobcats? I mean, I don't know what the weight difference is, but it's got to be 100+ pounds.
Yeah, it's over 100 pounds. I mean,
Got to be, right? If you're talking about the biggest of the big mountain lion.
yeah.
Yeah.
All at one time, I mean,
Yeah, they're ganging up on the mountain lion. How many bobcats would it take before that mountain lion is like, I'm done, guys. I'm finished. Like, y'all got me.
it'd be like death by like razor blades, basically.
Yeah.
Little cuts.
Yeah.
I think 10 of them could do it.
How many of those bobcats do you think that mountain lion's going to destroy in the process?
8.
Yeah. You think it's just going to get tired after a while and
Mm-hmm.
2 more is going to swoop up in there and finish the job?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 10?
10 total.
Yeah. That was pretty close to what I had. 8.
Mm-hmm.
I thought 8 bobcats could do it if they're ganging up on them at one time, but I don't know. I mean, mountain lions are probably pretty tough
Real
when
tough.
they get into a scrap,
Well,
you
I
know,
mean-
and I just don't really know how tough a bobcat is.
They are too, but I mean, like I said, it's 100 pound at least,
Yeah.
minimum 100 pound weight difference.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of cat.
Yeah. There's a lot of cat. I mean, largest cat in North America,
Yeah.
you know, and he's gonna launch some of those to outer space for sure.
Yeah. You've seen a house cat jump up on a ledge like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
Maybe not that tall, but you've seen a cat jump like 8 feet.
Yeah. I'm sure.
There's no telling what that
Yeah.
mountain lion could do.
Yeah.
And you see them all muscled up and whatnot. They're just
Right.
insanely
Yeah.
dangerous.
Tough.
Yeah.
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 Unforgiving.
I mean, they take down like huge, like white-tailed deer and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, they do.
So
So yeah, I mean, they're hunters and they're tough and it'd probably take, like you said, 10 bobcats, maybe even more. Who knows how many? We'll probably never know.
hopefully, never
Yeah.
know. But in that scenario, I got to stick with 10.
Yeah. I got 8. We'll see what
We'll
happens.
see.
Who would win in a cage match? Full-grown mama black bear with cubs or full-grown male mountain lion? If you put both of those animals in the cage together, locked them in, what animal is walking out of there? Now, mama bear is feeling the threat. Her cubs are present. Okay, so she's ticked off. She's defending her cubs against this mountain lion. Is the bear going to win this battle, or is the mountain lion going to win this
I mean,
battle?
if they're enclosed in a cage or whatever, and,
Yeah.
and they can't get away, the bear's gonna win.
Just because of the weight class,
Yep.
you think? And just,
And how thick its fur is.
yeah,
I mean, of course, the mountain lion can do extreme amounts of damage,
yeah,
but not so much to a giant black bear.
yeah.
Just super thick coat.
But you don't think somehow if you're in a cage match, that mountain lion's going to use that cage to its advantage and be bouncing off of the walls and the ceiling and dropping down on the head and trying to put a bite on the head of that mama bear?
It'll try to, but I mean,
Bear's going to sling it off.
yeah, I've seen videos of like a black bear growing up with a lion and a tiger,
Yeah,
and they'll wrestle around, and I mean, the bear freaking holds its own,
yeah,
and a
yeah.
mountain lion's not even close to that size.
Right.
And so I've never been asked that question before, but I mean, in my estimation, it's got to be the black bear.
I mean, a big mama black bear full grown is going to weigh 375.
Probably, yeah,
I
400,
mean, I'm just guessing.
400 pounds.
Yeah, a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And a mountain lion's going to be what, 170,
No,
150?
probably closer to 150.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a big weight difference. I mean, it's at least twice as heavy
Yeah.
for sure. Maybe 2.5 times.
Yeah. And then just that on top of, its inability to create huge amounts of damage like it could on a deer or something.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, because the bear's going to be fighting back the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it not being able to get through the fur like it could other animals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be at a disadvantage in 2 ways.
So you got black bear all day.
Black bear all day.
Yeah. You're right on that. I believe black bear would take the mountain lion, no doubt. 10 out of 10 times, especially one with cubs.
Oh yeah.
You know, defending the cubs. That's a dangerous animal right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Stay away.
I'm with you. I got black bear.
Oh yeah.
Guess what 5 land animals eat the most food per pound per year?
Okay. Do domesticated animals count?
Yeah, any animal.
Cows.
It's got to be a land animal. Yep. Cows are number 2. In that category, it's all bovine. So you're talking buffalo, water buffalo, all kinds of bovine combined. That's number 2.
They got a bunch of stomachs. They got to
Yeah.
fill up.
Yeah, that's number 2 for sure.
Pigs.
Pigs is not on the list.
What?
No, it's not on the list.
Okay.
Think big.
Bigger than a cow.
Yeah. think
Oh,
big.
all. Okay.
All
I'm not
land
thinking
animals.
America. I'm
All
thinking
land
all
animals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elephant.
Elephants number 1 for sure. All elephants combined consume more plant food than any other animals on the planet.
That makes sense.
For sure.
They have to.
So yeah, you got elephants number 1, and you got cattle, bovine number 2.
Okay. How about a giraffe?
Giraffes number 3.
Man,
Friggin' nailed that, dude.
Good.
I mean, you're 3 for 3 right
Well,
now.
you
Are
know-
you going for the sweep?
If you watch, giraffe shows, that's all they do.
Yeah, that's all they do all day long is eat.
Just eating.
Yeah,
Eating out
even
of
when they're sleeping, they're still eating.
the larger animals, let's go with the hippopotamus.
You are going for the sweep. Hippo is number 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I know they eat a bunch of like
yeah,
sea or like water vegetation
yeah.
and stuff.
They're number 4. So what's the last one? Number 5.
Well, another animal I see eating all the time, constantly, would be the good old horse.
Yeah, that's a clean sweep, bro.
Yeah.
5 for 5, man.
Yeah.
You got them. So elephant, cattle, giraffe, hippos, and horses. They consume more food every single year than any other type of animals.
Constantly eating.
Yeah, you freaking nailed that, dude.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
Gold star.
They eat a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready for the bonus round?
Bonus round.
What do you think number 6 is?
Mm.
Guess the top 5 most selling trucks worldwide.
Well, you've heard the commercial. It's got to be the Ford F-150.
Yep. Ford F-150 is actually number 1 worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chevy 1500.
Chevy Silverado's number 2. Are you going for the sweep?
Silverado.
Yeah.
Toyota Tundra.
Toyota Tundra's in the top 10, but it's not in the top 5.
Well, if it's not the Tundra, then Toyota's got to be on there, and I bet they sell more Tacomas.
Toyota Tacoma is number 5. So
Okay.
you got that one.
I'm glad a Toyota was in there.
The only ones you got left is 3 and 4.
Well, then it's got to be Dodge Ram.
Dodge Ram's number 3. Absolutely. So Ford, Chevy, Dodge in that order.
Nissan Titan.
No, Nissan Titan is not on the list.
Well, if that didn't make it, then I know I said Silverado, but it's got to be like the GMC.
It's the GMC Sierra.
Yeah, same
That's
thing.
number 4.
Just a fancier version.
Yeah, yeah. So you got it, man. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GMC, and then Toyota Tacoma.
All good
Yeah.
trucks.
You nailed them. You didn't strike out.
No,
You got them pretty quick. It wasn't a clean sweep,
no.
but you got close.
Tundra should be there.
The
but it's-
Tundra messed you up.
It did.
If you would have said Tacoma, you would have got the clean sweep.
we
for
can't
sure.
We can't always be perfect.
Nah, better luck next time. Can you guess what 5 states have the highest property tax?
Man, probably Texas.
Texas is actually on the list. Yeah, top 5. It's actually number 5.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Texas is number 5.
California.
California is actually not on the list.
Really?
Yeah, not in the top 5.
So, I guess it's going to be more towards the East Coast.
Well, you're getting close.
How about like, is it one of the little bitty states?
I'm not going to tell you the answer.
Well, there's so many states.
All you got to do is think of 4 more.
How about Connecticut?
Connecticut's actually on the list. Yeah, Connecticut's number 4.
Well,
Yeah, congratulations. You got one right.
that's a small little state. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with another small little state with New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. Did you see my list?
No.
No, New Hampshire's actually on the list. Yeah, number 3.
New York.
New York is not on the list. No.
Well,
You would think they would be.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it seems really expensive to live in New York, but
It
maybe
does.
the property taxes aren't too bad. I don't know.
well,
Never lived there.
let's stick around there, same area, and go with New Jersey.
New Jersey is actually number 1. Yeah.
Wow.
So if you want to pay the most property taxes anywhere in the U.S., just, move to Jersey.
So I need one.
You need one more, yeah. You're missing number 2.
You got to give me some type of hint.
All right. Think. All right, I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter I.
Idaho.
Not Idaho.
Illinois.
Illinois is it, yeah. Yeah. So Illinois, you got New Jersey, Illinois, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Texas. That rounds out the top 5 states in the United States with the highest property taxes.
Yeah,
So
I'm just probably not going to
there
live
you go.
there.
Just stay in Arkansas.
Yeah,
It's not too expensive
not
here.
at all.
No. Guess the top 5 states with the cheapest overall cost of living.
Okay.
So if you were to retire
Mhm.
and you had like the same amount of money coming in every month, no matter where you lived, what states could you live in where you get the most bang for your buck? That's basically the question. What's the top 5 states with the cheapest cost of living?
How about Mississippi?
Mississippi's actually number 1.
I kind of
Yeah.
figured that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw in good old Arkansas.
Arkansas is not on the list.
What? Well, then let's go with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's actually number 2. So you got number 1 and number 2.
Alabama.
Alabama is actually on the list. It comes in at number 5.
How about, I'm going to stay in the kind of Midwest. How about Missouri?
Missouri's actually number 4. Yeah, you're sweeping, bro. Come on, man. You only got 1 left. Who's it going to be?
Trying to think. How about Nebraska?
Nebraska is not on the list. So
Well-
much for the clean sweep.
Yeah.
You're close, though. You're
Well-
close.
Oh, well then, got to be Kansas.
Kansas is number 3. Yeah, yeah. Good job, man.
Yeah.
5 out of 6. That's not too bad.
They're all kind of grouped
Yeah.
somewhat together.
So if you want to know where you can get the most bang for your buck for your retirement dollars, move to one of those 5 states.
Why not?
Yeah, your money will just go further.
It'll go forever.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it'll go a while. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can you guess the top 5 lumber producing states? So what states produce the most lumber?
Washington,
Washington's actually on the list. It's number 2. Yeah.
Oregon.
Oregon is number 1. Are you going for another sweep?
Yeah. Well, I just, when I see shows about those states, they're pretty much always just
Yeah. Lots of logging going on in
Doing
Washington and Oregon for sure. Yeah.
Alaska.
Alaska is not on the list.
Surprising.
Yeah.
California.
California's not on the list.
Okay, so I got to get away from that part of the United States.
Alaska and California are in the top 10. They're just
But
not in the
not
top
top.
5. Yeah.
I'll
I'll give you a hint. Southern.
Mississippi.
Mississippi is not on the list.
Goodness,
Yeah.
they got a lot of trees.
They do. But so does Arkansas and so does Georgia.
Okay, Arkansas.
Arkansas is number 5.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I do see a lot of
Yeah. I mean, there's logging trucks everywhere.
Every
here.
day.
Yeah, everywhere here in Arkansas. So
that's true.
a lot of lumber industry and paper mills.
Yeah,
You know.
there's a bunch of those for
Yeah.
sure. Well, let's keep it down south and go with Georgia.
Georgia's number 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they produce a lot of cotton too.
Yeah.
But
So you're only missing number 3.
let's go with the beautiful state of Tennessee.
Tennessee is not on the list, although they do have a lot of trees. Yeah.
How about Missouri?
Missouri is not on the list.
Okay.
No.
I might need some
You're
help
going to
with
have
the
to go
last one.
down a little bit. You're going to have to go down further south.
Louisiana.
No, but you're close. You're real close. Louisiana, you're real close.
All right. Then Texas.
No, other way.
Oh. Then I thought I said Mississippi.
Oh, you're missing it. You're missing it. I'll give you a hint. I can't say it. I was going to say Roll Tide, but my mouth just won't
No.
let me say that.
Fair enough. Oh, Alabama.
Alabama's number 3 on the list.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. They
So
a
you
lot
got
of trees.
Washington, Oregon, Alabama, Georgia, and Arkansas.
Okay.
Top 5 leading timber producers in the United States.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. Not a clean sweep, but you got the answers eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. Guess the top 5 most expensive Ivy League colleges per tuition to attend.
Oh, well. Man, there's gonna be probably some that I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, me
Um,
too. I mean, I
okay.
know them because I know the answer, but I never would have guessed.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna throw out Stanford.
Stanford's not on the list.
Really?
No.
Well, wow.
You're going to have to get way bigger than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yale.
Yale's on the list. Yale's actually number 5. They're like 78,000 per semester, somewhere in there. So yeah, super expensive to go to Yale.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But there's 4 more that are more expensive than that.
Right.
Harvard?
Harvard is not on the list. Top 10, but not top 5.
Wow.
Which you would think that they would definitely be in the top 5. Just because everything you've ever heard your whole entire life, it's like the most expensive school to go to and stuff. But evidently it's not.
That's pretty crazy.
One of the hardest ones to get into, though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cornell.
Cornell University is not on there. They're in the top 10, but they're not in the top 5.
How about a college I've heard of, Ivy League, Brown University?
Brown University is actually number 1. They come in at $80,000 per semester.
That's
insane money.
That's wild.
Could you imagine paying that kind of money for your kid to go to college?
Well, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there's no way.
Better get a scholarship.
I'd never have that kind of money.
No.
Right.
But
But yeah, they're number 1.
yeah, I guess, how about, what's another one? How about Dartmouth?
Dartmouth. Are you just throwing stuff out there? Because that's actually on the list.
Well,
Yeah,
you
it's like number 3.
I never would have thought that
Yeah.
it would cost more to go there than it did, like, Stanford.
Yeah, or Harvard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they come in around 79,000 per semester. Yeah, it's insane.
I think I may be all out of Ivy League colleges.
Yeah.
In my
well,
brain.
I was out of Ivy League colleges my whole entire life. I have no idea about Ivy League colleges.
No,
But it is kind of interesting to see how expensive they are.
absolutely.
And
I did not know it cost that much.
super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never go to one. I doubt if my kids will ever go to one either. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you never know.
But yeah. The other 2, University of Pennsylvania.
Okay, so like just Penn, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw them do like some rowing or something.
That's what fancy colleges do, right?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
row.
I heard that Arkansas is going to start that this year.
Are they?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Go row on the Arkansas River?
Yeah, that's kind of what they were making fun of on the radio when I heard it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll find a lake somewhere.
There's some lakes up there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Beaver Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could row all day long out there
Yeah, Lake
for
Fayetteville.
sure. So, would you go watch rowing and cheer on the Razorbacks if they started rowing? Would you go to that
If it was free,
if it's free? It's guaranteed to be free. I promise you that. All you got to do is post up on the bank and with your ice chest and your lawn chair and have a good time.
I don't know if calling the hogs is appropriate.
Call the hogs from the shoreline.
Yeah, I don't know if it's appropriate during such a fine event.
Yeah, it's kind of fancy for calling the hogs.
Yeah.
We'll stick with football and basketball.
But you know it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder how bad they're going to suck.
Probably pretty bad.
I mean, this is the very first year of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
All right, so there's your top 5. Did we miss one?
I think so.
Columbia. Did we say Columbia?
No, didn't say it.
Yeah, Columbia was the one we were missing.
Yeah,
So
I never would have got that one.
have fun with your fancy schools, people. We'll talk about them, but we don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
So
Maybe in my next lifetime.
we don't really care. Can you guess the top 5 most populated countries in the entire world?
I know India's number 1.
Yeah, India's definitely number 1. You nailed that one for sure.
Yeah, and then you gotta, right there beside them, you gotta have China.
Is China close to India?
Well, I'm just saying population-wise.
Population-wise, yeah, China's number 2.
The good old U.S. of A.
USA is number 3. You're going for the clean sweep. This is
But this is-
easy. This
this-
is easy for you.
But this
you got
is,
this.
This is where it gets a little muddled for me. How about Brazil?
Brazil's on the list, but they're not in the top 5. They are in the top 10. I think Brazil's like 7 or 8.
And, gosh, it's not Russia.
It's not Russia. Russia's on the list. They're 9.
So they got a lot of land, but
Yeah.
not
Right.
so much as far as people go.
Right.
Yeah, man, I'm sure it's going to be some countries that I'm just not thinking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you a hint.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll give you a hint. You got the top 3. We're missing 4 and 5. You're going to have to think Asia for number 4.
Japan.
Well, you're going to have to think Asia for number 4 and number 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Japan. Go
Japan.
ahead and say it again.
How about Japan?
No. That's not even on the top 10. Yeah, you would think Japan would be on there, but they aren't.
Yeah, shows you how much geography I know.
Yeah.
How about
I'll give you a hint. It starts with Indo.
Indonesia?
Ding, 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 ding. Indonesia's number 4.
They got that many people, huh?
Yeah, they do. So all we're missing now is number 5.
Okay.
And I'll give you a hint on that. It's a deserty country.
So, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is on the list, but it's not in the top 5. Ethiopia, I think, is like 10.
Okay. What's it start with? Otherwise, we'll be here all day.
Yeah. It starts with Pakistan.
Okay,
Yeah,
Pakistan.
ding, 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 ding. It's Pakistan. You're never going to guess
never would've got
Pakistan.
that.
Yeah, you're never going to
would've got
guess it.
that.
You know, that's just how it is, man.
Yeah.
You know, we know what we know.
Yeah, I just
You
don't
know what I mean?
know.
You did pretty good.
I don't run around with a list of,
No.
country
Who
populations.
does? Who
you know.
does? No one does that. No one. The only reason I got the answers is because I looked them up.
Fair enough.
You know, Google will tell you anything.
It does.
You know what I mean? But you did nail the top 3.
Yeah, I think those are pretty obvious.
Yeah. So Indonesia, Pakistan, not obvious.
No.
You know, it might be obvious if you live there and you're like, oh my God, there's
They
a lot
didn't know that?
there's a
Yeah.
lot of people here. How did they not know that we're super populated here? Like we are overpopulated. You know what I mean?
That's incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to move somewhere where there's a lot of people, move to one of those 5 countries
Those are your places.
for sure. Can you guess the top 5 most selling dog breeds according to the AKC? And this is for 2023.
Okay. I think the German Shepherd's pretty common.
German Shepherd is very common, and it comes in at number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know poodles are a big deal.
Poodles are on the list. They came in at number 5.
All right, so I got what, 4 and 5,
Yeah. No, you got 3 and 5.
3 and 5.
Yeah.
What's more popular than that? Oh, it's got to be Labrador.
Labrador is number 2. Yeah, Labrador Retriever is number 2.
And then everybody's favorite Golden Retriever.
Golden Retriever's number 4.
Okay.
No, wait. Golden Retriever's number 3.
Okay. I don't know what'd be more popular. How about a Border Collie?
Border Collie's not on the list.
I guess they do have a lot of
Popular dog though, but
energy. Got a lot of
not in the
energy.
top 5.
Yeah. Probably too much energy for most people.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't said, there's a lot of little foo-foo dogs out there.
Oh, how about a Dachshund, Wiener Dog?
No, Dachshund is not on the list. It's in the top 10, but not in the top 5.
Okay. How about
But you're getting closer.
How about the Chihuahua?
Chihuahua's not on the list. No.
I see a bunch of
I
Chihuahuas.
mean, there's a lot of Chihuahuas. There's a lot. You know what I mean? But they are not. They are not on the list.
So, I'm gonna guess that. I mean, by what you said, it's got to be a smaller dog.
Yeah, it's a smaller dog.
Oh, those ones with the big eyes, the French Bulldog.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I knew you'd get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like,
French Bulldogs are the French Bulldogs are the number 1 most sold dog breed in 2023. So I guess French Bulldogs are super popular. I've never had one.
my buddy's dad had one. His name was Agatori.
Agatory?
Yeah.
Kind of like, what was I going to say? What's Agatory?
I don't. He just made up words all the time.
That's just a made up word.
Yeah.
Agratory?
Agatori.
Agatory.
Yeah. Every time I see one of those
Agatory?
dogs, yeah, every time I see one and its eyes are popping out, and
You're like, you're aggravating me. Agatory.
I'm like, hey, Agatori.
Hey, Agatory. Quit looking at me.
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes, you
Quit
big-eyed,
bugging your eyes out.
bug-eyed thing.
Wipe that slime out of your eye. Driving me nuts.
They're pretty cool, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. There's your top 5.
There you go.
Go get you a dog. Can you guess the top 5 most selling rock and roll bands of all time? And I'm talking most selling for everything. So you're looking at album sales, tour sales, ticket sales, merchandise, just the biggest brands of rock and roll bands in the history of rock and roll music. So you're going to have to think really big.
Yeah, Beatles.
Beatles is number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured. AC/DC.
AC/DC's number 3.
Okay. Metallica.
Metallica's not on the list.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're not on the list. Top 10, but they're not in the top 5.
Um,
You're going to have to think older.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd's number 2. Yeah.
Okay. That's I didn't know they'd be number 2.
So far, you got Pink Floyd, AC/DC, and the Beatles.
Let's go with my mom's favorite, the Eagles.
Yep. Eagles is on the list. They're definitely in the top 5. Yeah.
One of my favorites as
Yeah,
well.
one of mine too, for sure. So you're only missing one.
You got to get the lead out.
You got to get the lead out, Led Zeppelin. You almost went
baby.
for a clean sweep. So yeah, that's the top 5.
There you go.
Friggin' nailed it.
Not too bad.
Yep. Who would win in a cage match? Chimpanzee versus mountain lion.
Oh man.
And I'm talking big, huge, mean, rip your face off chimp going against the biggest, baddest mountain lion on the planet.
If it's just one chimpanzee in the scenario, I mean, I know they're formidable,
Yeah.
but they're formidable towards, each other and people.
Right.
Man, I got to go with the mountain lion on that one.
Yeah. You got mountain lion all day?
Yeah, I think so.
You just think it's too much for the chimp? I mean,
Yeah.
chimp's pretty agile, but so is a mountain lion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, I think they have a similar, animal they tangle with
Yeah.
in the jaguar,
Yeah.
or is it leopard?
I don't know.
Either way,
Yeah.
one of them is a large cat that's similar size proportion to
Yeah.
a mountain lion.
Yeah.
And they don't fare well against those. So
Yeah.
Got to go with the mountain lion on that one
Yeah. I got mountain lion all day, every day.
all day.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, but don't you think on a good day, a big enough chimp ready to fight, don't you think, don't you think he might be able to hold his own and get a good, I don't even know, get a hold of a mountain lion?
For a couple seconds.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mountain lion's going to get him.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
how quickly cats can
Yeah.
turn around and
Yeah.
get off their
You're not going to
backs.
hold one down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to hold one down.
Yeah, it's like us trying to,
Hold on to a house cat.
yeah,
Yeah. You're not going to hold it for long.
not long.
Not if it wants to get away.
Exactly.
Yeah. How many orcas do you think it would take to bring down the biggest of the big full-grown sperm whale?
Man, probably more than most people think because sperm whales battle like giant squid.
Yeah, they're not scared to fight.
No, and they got big teeth,
Yeah.
and they're battling all the time.
Yeah.
They're not like your average whale.
Yeah.
They got teeth, and they got attitude. They have to fight to survive, fight for their food.
Yeah.
So, and they're huge.
Yeah.
They're probably 10 times the size of a orca.
Yeah.
And I know orcas can take out great whites, but I mean, just the size of the thing,
Yeah.
is just unbelievable. And the fact that it will fight back,
Yeah.
you know.
It's not just going to sit there and let an orca destroy it.
No.
Right.
No. And I mean, orcas aren't, I know they can team up and formulate a plan
Right.
and all that stuff, but it might take them a little bit. And to actually take a sperm whale down, gosh, I'd have to say probably 6 of them.
Yeah. Think 6 could do it?
Yeah, because orcas are, in their own right, they're enormous and they're
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. Don't you think during that process, sperm whales get to get the better of at least 1 or 2 of the orcas?
I don't know.
Or no?
I don't know. I don't know if it could.
I don't know what like their bite force is or anything.
Well,
like
it's
that.
substantial, but I just don't know if it can maneuver
Yeah.
fast enough.
Yeah.
Because I think when they fight the giant squid, it's kind of head-on type of thing.
Yeah.
Let's just butt heads and see who wins type of thing.
Yeah.
And orca's not going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it might get a hold of one of them, but I think in the end, 6 could probably do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good number.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if that's ever been documented. But
we'll never know.
well, maybe. I mean, they both live in the ocean, so
I mean, if we don't see a video of it, it didn't happen.
It never happened.
How many full-size adult male black bears would it take to bring down one biggest of the big, huge adult male polar bear? So you got polar bear against black bears. I mean, we're assuming it's going to take more than one.
Yeah.
So how many black bears is it going to take before the polar bear just gives up, it's laying on its back, and it's like, you got me, I'm done?
I mean, if you're talking about like the biggest black bear and there's multiple of them,
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty ferocious in their own right.
Yeah.
And they're also,
And you're looking at a 500-pound bear.
yeah. And I mean, it'd take more than one, but
You think 2 could do it?
no,
You don't?
no. But I think 3 probably could.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the biggest, not your average one that you see.
Yeah.
If we're talking like the biggest.
I mean, it's going to take 3 of the biggest black bears to even equal the poundage of the biggest of the big polar bear.
yeah. But if they all attacked him at one time,
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Be
they could
over.
get him. I don't know if it would just be over,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think they could get it done.
Yeah. I mean, the polar bear's going to come out swinging.
Mhm.
You already know.
Well, so will they.
Yeah. So you're going with 3 all day, every day?
Most of the days.
Yeah. That sounds like a good answer. I'm going to stick with 3 on that too.
Yeah.
Because I think 3 could get it done. If you're talking about the biggest of the big black bear, I mean, and they're in a fight battle, to the end, I think 3 could probably team up and handle the polar bear.
Yeah, I had one look over the hood of the SUV one time and just stare me in the eyes.
Big one, huh?
Yeah, big black bear.
Yeah.
And he didn't jump up or not. I mean, he's just looking.
Yeah.
Just as he stands,
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're bigger than a lot of people give them credit for. But if you're, even that one was probably half the size as big as they can get. So
Yeah. So you got 3 all day?
3 all day.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I got to go 3. What animal do you think is faster, an orca or a thoroughbred racehorse? Let's say you take the fastest racehorse on the planet, okay, and you've got like land, and then there's water right beside it, okay, and the orca's in the water, and thoroughbred's here, and they're like, boom, and let's go, and they got to go a mile to the finish line. Who's going to get there first, the orca or the racehorse?
Man, I want to say the orcas swim like 38 miles an hour.
Yeah. You're pretty much right on that because I looked this up. Yeah.
I'm not 100% how fast a thoroughbred is.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen them run, but it's hard to just sit there and gauge them as far as exactly how fast they're going.
But if you just had to guess, which one would you say would win?
Man, I might have to stick with the orca on that one.
The orca?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I looked it up. The fastest racehorse that's been recorded comes in at about 43 miles an hour. Yeah, okay. So it's faster, but it is not real faster. Just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. On a good day, an orca might get it.
Well,
the horse could be having a bad day. I think it'd be a heck of a race.
I thought they were both in like the high 30s. I didn't realize the thoroughbred could get into the 40s.
Yeah. But that's an extreme elite thoroughbred. Yeah. I think for the most part they're probably about even. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't know what the average orca swims either. I think that's an elite orca swimming 38 miles an hour for sure.
Well, I mean, should have respected the horse more, I guess, because I did not know that they could get that fast, man.
Yeah. We're going to go thoroughbred on this one, but it'd be a fun race.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Who do you think would win in a bar fight? Hulk Hogan in his prime versus The Undertaker in his prime. Now, we all know they're friends, right?
Yeah.
But this is a bar fight situation. They're not friends. Mm-hmm. They're upset. They've been throwing a few back, and they're about to fight. Who do you got in that fight?
Man, gosh.
Who do you got?
I got to go with Hulk Hogan.
You do? Just stronger?
Yeah, because he just works out. He worked out more.
Yeah.
Like.
But the Undertaker's just so big and nasty.
Yeah, like, he'd have the reach advantage, but I mean, Hulk's not. He doesn't have short arms either.
Yeah.
So. And he's more compact. He could get in there close and do. But
all it takes is one beer bottle over the head.
It's true.
I mean, bar fights are hard to judge just because there's so many variables of things that could happen. Yeah. They're already used to getting hit upside the back with chairs, so that's probably not that big of a deal.
So I think it would come down to like stamina and just because he looks like he worked out more often.
Had some more muscle on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're taking Hulk Hogan all day in this?
I think so.
Yeah.
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 What do you think?
I thought about this one for a while, and I was like, man, I don't know. I mean, I think in a bar fight, I think it's like 50-50. I think on a good day, I think the Undertaker could win, and who slips up first?
Yeah.
The first one that slips up, the other one might, take him out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell in a bar fight.
Always.
It
is. I
got about 5 out of 5. I got about 50-50, I think, on this one.
That's fair.
Yeah. But, I understand what you're saying about Hulk, for sure.
You go 50-50, and I'll go 75% Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Hulk Hogan it is.
Hulkamania.
Hulkamania, brother. What do you think is the best World War II movie ever made?
There's some good ones.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. I'd say there's probably more World War II movies made than any other war, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember being a kid And my stepdad, I mean, he watched them all the time. Lots of World War II movies, lots of Vietnam movies, you know. But if you had to pick one, what would you say is like your all-time favorite World War II movie?
You have one in mind because you probably know some more of the older ones that I didn't. If you just watched them with your
Yeah, I mean, I know I've seen quite a few of them.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of the ones that I used to watch back in the old days. I mean, like John Wayne and black and white, you know, war movies and movies like To Hell and Back, you know, with Audie Murphy and just really old movies. But like, what about like, you know, Saving Private Ryan?
yeah. I mean,
you know, or that's like for me, that's like one of my favorite war movies of all time.
that's like one of my
you know.
favorite movies, period, of all time.
What about like, you know, Pearl Harbor or Dunkirk? You know, there's just so many.
No, and those are all good.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think they beat Saving Private Ryan. I
No.
mean, I personally enjoy, and I think I've said this before. You know, I love Inglourious Bastards.
yeah,
But it's just because it's different.
yeah. Not exactly a war movie, but more like a movie set during wartime.
Right.
Like Forrest Gump,
Yeah.
for instance. Not necessarily a war movie, but it's a movie
That's got war
set.
in it.
It's got
yeah.
war in it. You know, like Gone with the Wind or Legends of the Fall.
I love that one too.
You know, not necessarily a war movie, but got a
Yeah.
lot of war stuff in it.
You know, if we're gonna stick with just, hey, this is a war movie.
Yeah,
And I mean, the best one, it's got to be Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, that's your favorite.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean, that's a solid pick.
I mean,
know.
to me,
Yeah, I love that movie. You know, and the just the action of it and the way they filmed it, and Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks and Matt Damon, and the storyline that was built around, you know, Saving Private Ryan. I'll tell you, one of my favorite all-time war movies has got to be Band of Brothers, man. I love that movie. Now, it's a miniseries,
Yeah.
but it's like, you know, it's a long miniseries. I can't remember how many episodes it is, but it's like 11 or something.
oh, it's really good.
And in each episode is like its own movie.
Right.
You know, they didn't spare any expense, even though it's like a super long movie. I mean, it's so well made.
Yeah.
The action, the shooting, you know, it's up there with Saving Private Ryan
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, as far
For
as the
sure.
action scenes and stuff
And
go.
how it was filmed, and it
Yeah.
just gets you right in there with the battle, and you can feel like how cold they are, you know, whenever they're out there and there's snow on the ground. It's like, man, you're just feeling it. And following Easy Company through boot camp all the way to the war ending is just, you know, it just tells a heck of a story.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a film guy. Do you think? And I know that you notice a lot of things in movies that the average person probably wouldn't look for.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the
Yeah, I drive my wife crazy.
yeah, I mean,
I love movies.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But and that's awesome. But I mean, in your estimation, which one was more difficult to film between the two, Band of Brothers and?
It's
Saving
got to be
Private
Band
Ryan?
of Brothers because of just how long it is,
Yeah.
you know, and locations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, they were all over different places filming that movie. But yeah, just probably those two are probably my favorite.
Which one are you gonna pick as number one?
I'm gonna have to go with Band of Brothers as my number one.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm not discounting Saving Private Ryan by no means. I mean, it's like right there. But I think I've just watched Band of Brothers more, even though it's longer. You know, I've just kind of sat back and you know, every couple of years, I'm like, I'm starting it again.
it
Here we
again.
go.
Here we
You know, and it lasts, you know, it takes me about a week to get through it, but I love every minute of it.
Stands the test of time.
It does. It does. And there's just awesome characters, and, you know, each one of the characters got their own storyline and everything. And, you know, David Schwimmer's in that, you know, the guy who played Ross on Friends.
Yeah.
And you just like hate that guy. You know, I mean, I cannot stand him in Band of Brothers. And,
But it's engaging character, right?
yeah, it's engaging. You know, it's like you just want to hate the guy.
Yeah.
You know.
So that means they did a great job.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah. And I think for those reasons I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just fantastic. I mean, whenever we get done filming the podcast, I'm gonna try to convince my wife that the time has come that we need to start
Time is
watching
now.
this. Honey, I'm so sorry, but Band of Brothers has got to happen. She'll be freaking out on me.
Yeah. Get the popcorn.
But no, that's that's my favorite World War II movie of all time. Now that I really just think about it, you know.
Yeah. And you've convinced me. I'll agree with you.
Well, let's go watch it.
Yep.
All right.